Chapter 6.
Stay safe.
Accidents may occur anywhere and any time. Sometimes the victim may not get the correct treatment right after the accident. In such instances, waiting for a doctor or an ambulance may worsen the condition of the victim. First aid can, however, save the victim or at least buy some time for the right treatment. We can define first aid as the immediate medical help given to an injured person before taking him or her to the doctor.
First aid tips.
Learn about first aid tips for some common accidents and injuries here. We could apply these aids on someone else only if we have learnt them properly. Children too can learn and master this life-saving skill.
Animal bites. Animal bites need urgent medical attention. In addition to wound infection, there is a risk of serious diseases such as rabies. Dogs, wolves, bats and cats are known to carry the rabies virus. Scrub the wound with soap and water for at least 10 minutes. Cover with a dry, clean cloth or dressing. Consult a doctor immediately. Make sure you take the complete course of injections as prescribed by the doctor. Severe bleeding. Immediate first aid must be given to control fast spreading or spurting blood. If too much blood is lost before the flow is controlled, shock develops and person becomes unconscious. Have the victim lie down to prevent fainting. Apply direct pressure over the wound to halt the bleeding. Use a large sterile or germ-free pad or a clean cloth to cover it. Meet the doctor for further treatment. Eye irritation. Even a small speck of dirt in the eye can cause much pain. Any eye injury needs to be treated immediately. Pull the lower lid down while lifting the upper lid off the eyeball. Most specks will be visible. Gently splash water with your hand and try to remove the foreign material. If the speck has not washed out, try to pick it up with a moistened corner of a clean cloth or handkerchief. If the speck has still not come out and the pain continues, rush the victim to an eye doctor or to a hospital. Keep him or her lying down. If an irritating liquid gets splashed into the eye, flush the eye with a gentle stream of cool tap water for 30 minutes. Get medical attention immediately. Burns. The skin gets burnt by flames, hot objects, hot liquids, excessive sun exposure, chemicals or contact with electricity. Electrical burns may look small, but they may be quite deep. Burns in children and elderly people are usually more serious than in others. For scalds or small burns, towels or sheets soaked in cold water should be applied immediately for comfort. For a chemical burn, the area should be continuously flushed with water under a running tap if possible for 15 to 30 minutes. Do not apply ointments, sprays, greases or especially butter. Do not pull off any clothing that sticks to the burned skin. The burn should be covered with germ-free or sterile dressing. If burns involve large areas of the hands or face, they should be examined by a doctor. Burns that break the skin, like cuts, require tetanus prevention. Tetanus is a disease caused by the action of bacteria on an open wound. Electric shock. The possibility of an electric shock should be considered whenever an unconscious victim is found near an electrical pole or boxes. Electrical burns may or may not be visible. Disconnect the victim from the electrical source. Disconnect the plug, shut off the main switch or break the contact by shoving the victim away with anything that is dry and not made of metal. If the victim remains unconscious and is not breathing, he or she needs artificial breathing. If there is a head, neck or back injury as well, let medical personnel transport the victim. Once awake, victims of electric shock may feel a bit confused and may need to be protected from falls and additional injuries. Safety from fire. Fire can be caused due to carelessness in the kitchen, mishandling of electrical appliances, burning matchsticks or cigarettes. While handling a fire, one must be extremely careful. All the electrical wirings of the house must be checked regularly for faults to prevent short circuit. We should never wear synthetic or nylon clothes while handling fire. These clothes easily catch fire. In case of a gas leak in the kitchen, all the doors and windows of the house should be opened at once. Never strike a matchstick or switch on an electrical appliance in such a condition. Following methods can be used to put out fire to stop a small fire.
Use a fire extinguisher if available, or throw sand to stop a small fire. In case of major fire, call the nearest fire station.
Switch off the main electric connection of the house and never use water in case of fire in electrical wiring or electrical systems. If a person's clothes catch fire, try to throw water on the fire as soon as possible. A fire blanket can also prevent the spread of fire and put it out by cutting off oxygen supply. The person may also be rolled on the floor to stop the fire. It is important to keep the telephone numbers of the nearest chemist and doctor for urgent assistance during any such accidents.
In India, remember to dial 100 for police, 101 for ambulance, and 102 for fire brigade.